Okay, I was getting shredded in the Champions in the chat here. Enigma Benelux has 2 Belgian players as well. Like Freelo baby is the only team that plays under the Belgian flag here on the website. But Enigma Benelux has Belgian players as well. So a shout out to those guys. Sorry I missed you.
This is just man, I'm yeah, what can I say? It's very saddening that a tournament like this is it broke again. Oh my lord. I cannot it's broken again. Oh no. This is horrible.
Well, there was a game in Season 2 Worlds where the game took like a couple of days or even like weeks. Wasn't it CLG EU or something versus... I can't even remember, but like the client and the internet kept crashing and the game like...
Yeah, that was horrible. It was even outside, and I remember that there was a situation where someone could actually look to the top right and say, "Oh, hey, that's where everyone is."
Yeah, exactly. It was a great tournament to see, but the production value wasn't the best they've ever shown.
Yeah, but sometimes just you can't prepare for all those technical issues. They just happen, especially once it's client related. It just there's nothing you can do about it. It just happens.
It's out of your control. But we're now in Champion Select. I don't want to say that out. I don't want to jinx it, but we are back in it again.
You don't want to jinx it. Okay, that's true. Neither do they. They pick up Lucian.
Oh, back at it again with the puns.
Boys.
But like the Nidalee wasn't banned, and you see it picked up as the first pick by Lenny. They did decide to ban an Olaf, which we haven't seen picked or banned today, I believe. So that must be a target ban for the enemy team for Freelo baby.
Okay. Let's see. So apparently the team names need to be swapped around. So because the team swapped around as well. So and they're blaming me. They're blaming me. I love it. It's in any case though, we are trying to get things going. This looks like we have a Bard now also joining. Perfect. We have magically switched the team names. So we have now Bard as well being picked up here by the team. By the team of Enigma Benelux. And Elise as well. We haven't seen Elise yet.
Yeah, like you said before, I tried to do some research into the players. I saw a lot of Elise jungles in their match history. So I expected to see her sooner in the evening, but she shows up now in the last game. I really like Elise. I think she's a fun champion. But yeah, I expected her sooner in the evening, to be quite honest with you. But I'm excited to see what you can do versus the Nidalee.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest question of the match. But it looks like we we are finally seeing Gangplank also being picked up here. So is that going to be a Nidalee jungle, Echo mid, and Gangplank top lane most likely?
Well, it can also be Gangplank mid and Echo top lane. They have like these couple of flex picks that make it hard for the enemy team to decide what to put up in the mid lane. Like they're thinking about it pretty long now. They still have 40 seconds, but these flex picks make it so that the enemy has to really think about what they pick in the mid lane. They already showed what they're gonna play top. They know that isn't a flex pick, so they're pretty trapped in the corner now pick wise. But still, I'm really excited to see the Bard as well. By the way, it's like a favorite pick for Crepo and other casters as well. People that are good with Bard can make some amazing and really fun plays.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the case. Now we're just waiting for Fortunate to make his decision. Okay, we have Lucian, but it looks like it's going to be Zed. Are we actually going to see Zed? I guess, there's no other way. You have to put him in the middle lane.
Yeah. And what is... Okay, they're still switching around heroes. I was already thinking, what is this?
Lucian jungle?
Yeah. Okay. Like we expected, they took longer to pick for the Z because of the two flex picks. We see Gangplank going into the middle lane with Exhaust. We see Echo going into top lane with the teleport. So teleports are even 1-on-1. It wasn't always the case in the previous games. And we see the Nidalee jungle finally not banned.
This is like I said, this is going to be an interesting match. First time, yeah, like I said, no Nidalee, but also Gangplank in the middle. I've been facing a Gangplank in the middle a few times, but what is the advantage that the Gangplank brings to the middle lane?
Like I think they picked him not only for the flex pick, but of course he has a lot of pushing potential. And if you are a good Gangplank, you do a lot of damage. You need your barrel positioning. If you do that correctly, you can do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies at the same time. I think it's really hard to do. Like not every Gangplank can do it. If you see a Gangplank in solo queue that can't place his barrels correctly, he's pretty much not useless, but it weakens him a lot. He can push really fast if you let him on the turret alone. He pushes down the turret really fast. I'm interested to see what the Z can do against him. I've never seen this matchup myself, to be quite honest. So I'm not sure what's stronger here, but it's interesting to see what the Gangplank can do. But what they miss now is a ranged AP damage actually.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. That's definitely going to be an issue if you want to try and get to those back lines, and it's also going to actually allow Maokai to shift more into a defensive armor build. On the other hand, though, you still have Echo. Echo can still get to that back line, and he still does a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, they have that pokey team. Like they can poke a bit with Nidalee, with Gangplank, with Sivir, with the Boomerang. They have to disengage from Braum. And the enemy team does have some hard engage with the Braum, with the Bard, of course, stunning his enemies. Maokai going in, at least with the Cocoon. Like they have some engage mechanics there. I think if they use them correctly, they can get some picks and pick the team fight. But yeah, I think you have the poke versus the engage comp here again.
Yeah. Well, the biggest question, of course, is Fortunate a Baker?
He always wanted to be.
He always wanted to be. Well, then he's Baker Bart. In the meantime, though, we have 50 seconds remaining until we can actually hop into the game itself, and that means that I'm going to once again draw your attention to the final playoffs in the Amsterdam Arena. Tickets are available. Do note that aside from League of Legends, we will also have CS:GO and Hearthstone. And we will all, I believe there's also going to be an exposition where you can play games yourself. So there's a lot to do during that event, and it's going to be amazing. And I hope to definitely see you there. Right, with 20 seconds remaining, let's take a quick look into how these. What do we expect? Do you expect an invade with the current setup from the team of Enigma Benelux, or are we looking at the 5-man split again?
I think that the team with the Bard and the Maokai and the Elise, they have a nice team to invade. I think the enemy recognized that. I think Enigma recognized that, and they think they're just gonna spot where they are going, where they're gonna walk, and not engage in that level 1 fight. That's what I expect, but maybe they'll just both take it easy, take it safe. It's the first week. Let's just see what all the teams do. And then next week, maybe we will see some insane level 1 fights. But I think we only saw one invade this entire day. So
yeah, there was one, and the rest they definitely just played a little bit more cautious. Nevertheless, it's playing it cautious. First game of the entire tournament, and of all those 7 weeks. It is an option. You can go aggressive because people don't know your strategies yet. There are a lot of ways you can pick this up. I'm quite curious to see how these teams will match up in the next couple of weeks, where we're going to be seeing some of these, well, the winners of this week playing against each other. So I'm very happy to, and of course the losers will also then play against each other. That is common sense. But it looks like we're slowly but surely loading into the game.
Yeah,
and
I can hear the music already.
Yeah, but I can hear the music, but it's not really loading, unfortunately. I guess client, please, is the proper phrase for that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, I see Gangplank picking up the defensive keystone, where I believe you steal some health from your opponent equal to your max, or at least depending on your max health.
Yeah, it's probably what he needs versus the Z. Like he wants to protect himself from him. That's why he brought Exhaust as well. Exhaust is really strong versus the Z. But like, if he gets ganked by Elise, I don't know what he can do with to defend himself. Like he has his W, of course, but he can only use it for the cocoon. Like if she has red buff and she slows him, and Z slows him as well. I think it's hard for Gangplank to survive. So let's see if they even try to pressure him in the mid lane. Nidalee will have to stay close to him to save him, I think, with the high burst potential from Elise and Z.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's going to be a very curious game, nevertheless. I mean, but if we're looking at these teams once again, a very defensive setup. We've seen this every single game, and it's even more spread out than usual here for the team of Enigma Benelux.
Yeah, they don't go to level 1 invades. They just play standard. Like what you see a lot in high tier games is that they invade one side if they want to lane swap or not sure if they want to lane swap, and then they place a ward in the lane, in the bot lane or in the top lane to see where the duo lane is going, and then they just lane swap to which side they prefer the best. But what we see in most of these games is that they just prefer to play standard and face off that way, which makes the game sometimes stale. With these teleports, it can be interesting, but normally when there's lane swaps, junglers get involved really quick, and we see quick tower pushes. So some people hate lane swaps, some people love them. But yeah, I normally like lane swaps for the action it brings.
Yeah, there's a lot of action involved with those types of lane swaps, but it looks like there is none at all. But there is a little bit of difference in terms of playstyle here. Jillian and Fabiantje have decided to go to the bottom, rather take the Crux, whereas their opponents actually decided not to go for their jungle camp. So it could be that Fabiantje and Ilian are actually going to have the advantage in a couple of seconds. Yeah, here it is, level 2 already for Jillian? Not entirely. Yillen, there we go.
Yillen. Yeah, you see them poking Lucian really hard already in that bot lane. It might be a mistake not going for that jungle creep. They wanted to push the lane as quick as possible, but what happened now is that because of the level 2 advantage, the lane gets pushed back.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt them a little bit in terms of soaking, rather getting those last hits in. You can actually see it in already 12 versus 8. It's not much, but small advantages like that can snowball out of control, especially in that bottom lane.
It means you missed already like 4 or 5 CS in 2 waves. It's if that's a trend that keeps on going, then it would be really bad. But he probably can push out now after level 2 and take more of his farm. Like it's only 3 now. But you see the Gangplank getting ahead of the Z because of his range advantage with the Q. But after Z probably has all his abilities and can stack up a bit, that advantage will go away.
Yeah, you can already see it happen in that middle lane. Like, look at Luxie. He's just pushing in Hexenite in a very bad spot here because of that barrel. And you were talking about it before, about those barrels. It's so important to get that going because... and actually, especially against the melee character who can't really do anything about those barrels except for walking straight into them.
Yeah, you see, he places barrels on the side of the river, and then he uses one when Zed is in melee to kill his.
Oh, top lane though, Bwipo versus Lenny. Bwipo in a lot of trouble. Lenny chasing him down. Bwipo just desperately trying to escape. And Lenny takes him down with a nice flash. I would say the flash was a little bit too early. Probably should have smacked before he flashed, because it allowed him to would probably allow him to back away. I don't know.
Yeah, like getting 1v1 at level 4 is really bad for a top laner. He has to teleport back now. Lenny has TP advantage, or maybe he will teleport back as well. Let's see what he will do after his recall. But still, the Maokai can probably just maybe he can farm it out. Like he needs to be a little bit more careful for the Echo now. If he gives him another kill, then Echo can take over this game really quick. He uses teleport as well in the top lane, so teleports are evened out. Bot lane doesn't have to be that afraid anymore. And yeah.
Interesting pickup here by Maokai, the Dark Seal.
Oh yeah, really. Yeah, but probably because he died once to the Echo, he wants to get that seal to. Yeah, it slows down his builds, but it makes him stronger for this at this time.
Yeah, and it gives him a little bit of an advantage on his Corrupting Potion, I guess, because it gives him 10% boost. No, 25% percent boost on the healing from those potions. So, I don't know. It's an interesting strategy. I like how to. I like how they deviate from the standard builds. But in the top lane, once again, Lenny on Breepo. Breepo in a lot of trouble. He's going to get stunned in just a few seconds. Actually tosses out the grenade as well. Breepo actually manages to dodge that, but just barely. Now Breepo's still getting chased down. He might get stunned there. No, not yet.
Oh, the minions did a lot of damage to Lenny, but Maokai is having a hard time. And Sigma realizes that that Elise should be around, so he comes there. Chases the Elise away. But that Maokai, man. Like, if the minions didn't help him, Lenny would have been, like, almost full health. And, maybe killed the Maokai. Like, he dodged the W, like, really close. If the W would have hit there, he could have died for a second time, maybe.
Yeah, most likely. But you can see Elise here in the hands of Brewer is currently just standing by in case of emergency. It looks like Breepo is, at the very least gets his cannon. That's an important minion to get. I believe it's like 3 caster minions. It's a lot of money if you lose that one. So losing the 2 caster minions afterwards isn't the worst. But now Lenny and Breepo actually have level 6, both of them. So this is going to be an interesting fight in that top lane, especially once Elise starts joining in.
Yeah, and you see Sivir already recalled. Lucian recognized that and going for the recall as well. Again with the call item. And the double longsword. Lucian will probably go for the same as we have seen the last couple of games. He just recalled. Yeah, he goes for the longsword and the serrated dirk.
Yeah, that's that builds into the Yomu's Ghostblade, which is something we've seen every single game. It also makes him stronger, I guess, against Sivir because of the additional power it gives in terms of armor penetration. But yeah, he sacrifices a little bit more of mobility for it by not taking boots.
Yeah, but he's already pretty mobile with his E and cooldown reduction on it. I guess it's a good pickup. Oh, and you see Gangplank already with the Sheen.
Yeah, that's going to make it really hard here for Hexa. But on the other hand, Hexa does have that serrated dirk as well, so he should be able to at the very least match some of the damage. Although then again, Luxie, he does have that corrupting potion and the remove scurvy. Yeah,
Luxie is poking really well with the barrels and with his Q. And then they are warding the mid lane really, really well as well. Like you see a ward on the top side, you see a pink ward on the top side, and like on the bottom side a ward as well. So he can't get ganked. He can safely poke with always seeing Elise coming. Like he sees her coming out, walks to the bot lane, and he's safe.
You know what's really interesting right now? There's already a 1,500 lead at 8 minutes into the game. That's the lead we haven't seen so far, and that's really putting Freelo Baby in a perfect position to snowball this early game out of control.
Yeah, that's purely on CS that they are ahead, and the first blood, of course, by Echo, which was a 1v1. Oh, they're going in on the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. They're trying to take down Hexa, but Hexa is going to be jumping straight back onto Sigma. Sigma trying to stay alive. Ignite is down on him. Beautiful Shadow clone right onto him, but now Hexa Knight is in a lot of trouble. Luxie gets the kill, gets the actually the parlay off, and is forced to flash over the wall because he was getting sandwiched by Bruder and his buddy Breepo. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but the disadvantage is, I guess, it's a kill plus assist versus a kill, and you can see it in the CS lead, in the gold lead.
Yeah, Hexa decided to just go for it. He could have W'd out or flashed out to his turret, but he just decided to take a Nidalee with him. Probably because he just wants to ramp up himself. Like if you give Zed a couple of kills, then he can pretty much carry the game and kill like almost everyone in the entire enemy team. Was a great play to kill Nidalee. I almost thought he wouldn't have that, but in the end he just had his W back up again. Yeah, it was a great play by the Zed.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on what he wants to accomplish. But yeah, if he's looking to ramp up, the only issue is he gave the blue buff to Luxie.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a hard time in his lane versus him now. Well, he already had a hard time.
Yeah, this is going to be even worse. Now Sigma in the meantime is just tossing out a spear onto Tiger's head, but Tiger's head is not really afraid. of any cat in his... Well, for now. Although the bottom lane should be a little bit afraid of that spider creeping up on them. Brooder, slowly but surely, looking to engage. There's no ward in this bottom brush. So that might actually be the call sign here for Brooder, but Sigma actually anticipates Brooder here because of that ward.
Yeah, the junglers are reading each other like a book again. Let's see if there's a 3v3 fight coming out in the bot lane.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
Everyone has his ult in the bot lane. The teleports are up, and there you go.
Yeah, immediately Braum just moving in, but they're focusing their attention on Sigma. Sigma in a lot of trouble. Teleport now actually coming in. Bart using his Zhonya's-like ability in order to lock everyone down for a long time. Now Fabianchi is in a lot of trouble, takes so much damage. He tries to stick one hit right. Tiger's Head takes, correction, Bruder takes him down. Gillian actually getting locked up. That's a double kill, rather 2 kills coming out here for the team of Enigma Benelux, but Lenny is just going to chase Tiger's Head down. Tiger's Head goes down, and Lenny just continues the onslaught. Now Enigma, fortunately, is trying to get away. Actually goes on the magical journey, so he survives for a little bit longer, but Enigma Benelux just turning this around, and suddenly it's a 4-for-1 in favor of Enigma, and if they wanted, they could theoretically have gone for Dragon, but they decide to play it a little bit more safe and just go back and buy.
Yeah, great team fight by Enigma there. I think Brooder didn't miss a single cocoon there. Like every cocoon was a kill basically. Yeah, great Elise play there. Like the roam from Z coming in to finish a couple other kills. Like as expected, the double teleport, which is always insane to see in the bot lane. Yeah, it was a nice team fight to start off this game, and let's see how they can snowball this.
Well, at the very least, they brought the gold count back. It's 5-3, but it's now back to correction 5-3 in kills. But it's now 18,000 for each team. Looking at the levels right now, well, pretty much even all across the board. I mean, top lane is level 9, mid lane is level 9, jungler's level 8, and the bot laners both all level 7. It's back to the stalemate that we saw before, and given the early game was actually where you would most likely expect the team of, I guess, is it really the early game that they have that advantage, the team of Freelo, baby?
They don't really have that much early game pressure. I think Gangplank is really late game. Nidalee gets strong in the late game, but she also has a really strong early game. Oh, but they're ganking top lane now. Let's see if they can get a kill.
Has no problem.
Mid lane
Actually,
as well.
looking at the middle lane, Lux is in even more sorts of trouble. He goes down, and Repo is just too tanky. They can't take him down. He has the Spirit Visage, gets the heal every single time Nidalee jumps. That's a stack. You can just forget it. You aren't killing Repo right now. And Nidalee actually going for the Runic Echoes, so that's going to be that long-range AP you were talking about in Champion Select.
Yeah, and the Gangplank dying versus the jungle mid combination of Enigma.
Oh, speaking of jungle combination here, Sigma in a lot of trouble. Brooder just chasing Sigma down. Sigma desperately trying to escape. Repo is now also moving in. Can actually take out Sigma. Oh no, they're focusing their attention onto Lenny. Repo still well tanking it for a long time as Brooder in the back line actually takes down Nidalee. But Repo now needs to back away as fast as he can. Almost going down. Yes, he is going to go down. Oh my word, it was the tower actually taking control. And it's Lenny with a double kill right there and the shutdown called. And oh my word.
Sigma stalled the kill so long right there. He ran at Nidalee around the turret, making Brooder chase him for like 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah, it was a really great play. And now Lenny with 4 kills on an Echo. Let's see what he can buy. I think he already has his gauntlet now.
Yeah, that depends on what he wants. He could also just, let me see how much, he has 1500 in the bank. So that could be a gauntlet, yeah. Although I am more curious to see if he doesn't just build a Kindle. Yeah, here's the Kindle Gem and into Spirit Visage.
Yeah, he wants that Spirit Visage, indeed. Oh, but like these are the fights that are really interesting. You see what the power of the mobility of Nidalee. Like she just dances around the turret, jumps around. It's like all the way from the blue buff, making Maokai even dive. And now we're back to the lanes.
Yeah, the thing is, speaking of the mobility, Lenny actually picked up the Boots of Swiftness in order to just chase down his targets all the time. So no Mercury Treads against lockdowns, no Ninja Tabi because It's not really needed right now, but just look at it.
Yeah.
Freelo cannot escape at this point if Lenny decides to go for it.
He's that sticky echo that just won't go away from you. If he's going for that GA like we saw in last game, like he's just gonna stick to you. And if you kill him, first he will use ult, and then he will just have GA, and then still a sticky echo to you. Like if you are Lucian in this game, it will be really annoying. And now we see Elise going in the bot lane maybe.
The issue though is, here's the magical journey. They might be able to chase them down. There's the Unbreakable coming out as well, but Fabianchi just gets obliterated, pops his ultimate, and immediately disengages as a result. And now it's Lenny who teleports in. He actually gets destroyed, but he has his Chrono Break, so he teleports back to the top lane. Can you imagine it? Immediately, Gillen is going to get locked down by Bard, gets taken out. But, wow.
Yeah, great Bard ult to single out.
Incredible, but at the same time, Lenny with his Chrono Break, he knew, okay, I'm going to go down, might as well use it right now, and it teleported him all the way back to the top lane, and that allows him to just put a lot of pressure on the tower there.
He's gonna say it was all planned, just to take down that turret.
Seems
Now
like
they get a free dragon.
fair solution.
Yeah. Now they get a free dragon because of the kills in the bot lane, but like now you see the potential of the Bard, like especially in combination with Elise. You just basically Zhonya's hourglass someone, and then it's a free cocoon for Elise. And yeah, if then there's a set. Oh,
Speaking of free cocoons, Luxie in a lot of trouble. Here's Deathmark coming out, and Hex Knight just gets a kill, instant death. Yeah, you were talking about the power of the cocoon. Cocoon to the face. He didn't remove Scurvy in time. Gets taken out by Zed. Things are.
Yeah, the burst damage is insane from Elise and Zed. Like, she's 5-1. She already has a needlessly large rod. Zed has his Yomus. Like, even if you don't get cocooned, if they just both dive you, I think you will die pretty much if you don't have any armor. And like, you need magic resist as well for the Elise.
Well, speaking of magic resistance, bottom lane, Gillen in a lot of trouble. Here is the combo from Lucian. And yeah, the continuous onslaught there in that bottom lane. Tiger's Head gets another kill, courtesy of Fortunate, who actually popped the spell shield.
Yeah, Bard there with the BM mastery emote there in the end. But that was a great Bard play again, like we expected. If people pick Bard, you can always expect they're really practiced on the champion. It was a great stun. He waited with his Q until Sivir was as close to the wall as possible. Yeah, and then the perfect Lucian combo basically of his spells, putting out maximum damage.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight here in the bottom lane right now with Sigma and Fabianchi there, as we will be seeing Gillen slowly but surely moving back in. He has on the hunt available, but mid lane again. Bruder really wants to kill Luxie.
Sigma showed bottom, and that means that the mid lane is free again.
Oh, goodbye, Luxie. Luxie just gets obliterated immediately, although...
Oh, Hexa!
So close. So incredibly close, but he will survive, and so does Bruder. And they managed to take down Gangplank again. Gangplank, Luxie is not happy at all.
Yeah, this is what you can expect. If you show bottom as a Nidalee, that means the mid is free for the taking. He almost takes down Zed with him, but man, Luxie must be pissed now that he's camped this hard.
Yeah, but then again, almost doesn't count. I mean, getting someone down to 10% hit points is one, but then you still need to kill him. In the meantime, though, in the top lane, Bruder just peeking out of the brush. He actually got spotted. I'm wondering what Sigma is going to do here. He's going to run straight into Bruder, and Bruder immediately turns around. Cocoon lands Sigma in a lot of trouble. They're going to rappel straight onto Sigma. Sigma getting chased down by Bruder. One more hit, that's all it takes. Oh, he misses. Or no, he hits. Perfect. Took a little bit longer than expected, but he did get that kill.
The Maokai from Bwipo couldn't actually... He flashed in for the stun, but he just wasn't in range because of the slow of Echo. It was really close, but yeah, in the end, Bruder finished him off. Like as you said, the Q animation went off at the corner, but it didn't do damage. But he was
probably
able to
just
chase
ran
it
into
down.
Fog of War or something like that, and then it doesn't. Then it doesn't work out. Bottom lane, we had a little bit of a fight breaking out here between the bottom laners, but it was actually Tiger's Head who popped his culling in order to, well, deal a little bit of damage. It wasn't that much, and now they actually both have to back away. And Bard going on a mystical journey, magical journey actually. And
Lucian as well.
a very deep ward. So Rift Herald has just returned to the void, so it just died because no one decided to pick it up. That's also a first tonight. We've seen the Rift Herald being picked up every single game.
Yeah, teams are like they're ganking a lot. They don't care about lane pushing. They just care about the kills in this game. And Lucian is sitting on like 1600 cash. Maokai on 1600 cash. It's money not spent, but Sivir as well on 1800 almost. Like, if you have this advantage, it's not that big. You have to spend your cash as soon as possible, else you don't even have the advantage.
Yeah, money in the bank is well, money that's slowly losing its value. You want to actually, yeah, like you said, you want to try and accelerate. The only issue is that if you go back early and your opponent stays out, that way they can further stack up and then come back even stronger than you. So that's the other side of it. So they're trying to wait each other out, I guess. Nevertheless, it's all about psychology right now, as both teams once again equal in terms of money. But the kill count is completely different, and that actually shows in the levels. I mean, Tiger's Head is already level 11, Fortunate is 10. If we're looking at the junglers, 13 versus 12, that's going to be the little advantage that they need to go for. As well, level ups, how much gold are they worth? About 700, 800 gold?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but like it's also mentally what you said, like it's psychology. If you see 5-12 on the scoreboard, and you see that the CS is almost even, then you think like the gold must be in their favor. Like they have the momentum, they have the self-confidence by already picking up so many kills. Like and like you said before, Luxie's self-confidence must be down after getting dived 4 times.
Yeah, or, well, could also be just a massive frustration as he's once again getting ganked here. Luxie in a lot of trouble. Hexa trying to catch onto him. Can he get the death mark? Yeah, there's the death mark. Goodbye, Luxie. He gets exhausted, but that doesn't do anything. Now Hexa Knight in a lot of trouble. Lenny and Sigma jumping on him. He finally goes down. But can he actually chase down Bruder? Bruder now trying to turn around. Look at the damage there from his just one combo, and now he has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. He was expecting something, but it teleports. Beautiful use of that one. Now immediately Bart also coming in. Everybody jumping onto Sigma, and Sigma, well, he just got obliterated. You have to give it to Bruder here. Switching to Spider form allowed his Spiderlings to actually be a teleport location for Bripo.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing play by Bruder. Like I wanted to say, like the gank took way too long. It gave Sigma enough time to come down and pick up a kill, but it also gave Hexa's own team enough time to come down and even pick up another kill. And now they're looking to gank bottom.
It's going to be hard. I mean, there is, of course, on the hunt, and now actually beautiful magical journey there as they're going straight for Gillen. Gillen in a lot of trouble. Actually, they're switching targets to Fabianchi. Fabianchi down to about 25% hit points, 200 hit points left, but he gets the heal, so they get away safely. Now, Echo is actually there as well, so Lenny is now going to be the next target. He's left completely alone. Perhaps Gangplank coming in from the side there. Fortunate in a lot of trouble. Fortunate actually blocks the barrel, so as a result, they can't kill Fortunate immediately. And now they have a little bit more time. Rico in even more sorts of trouble. Flashes over the wall. Is going to trigger the dragon? No, dragon is not triggered.
Yeah, it was a nice try.
It was a good try. They should, but they lose their tower in the top lane.
Again, gank taking a little bit too much time for the enemy team to react. It looked like a nice gank with a magical journey coming right behind him, but they couldn't get a hard CC off at that time. Making Jillian use his heal, lose his flash, and Fabianchi actually used everything as well. So they might be able to come back for another gank, but it was great turnaround.
Yeah, definitely, but at the very least they traded top lane turret, so now they actually have a little bit more map control on the top side, especially with Baron coming into play right now.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe let's see if they will put a lot of wards down in that area, like take control of the enemy blue buff, which hurts Gangplank a bit. They need to move as five man though. If they get picked off there, that will hurt their advantage, or at least their mental advantage, since the gold is almost dead even.
Thing to note here is look at the gold difference between the junglers. There's a 2,000 gold difference between the junglers alone.
Yeah, wow.
Of course, the total gold is equal, but that's a massive advantage for Elise.
Yeah, it's a massive advantage for Elise, but is that the champion that you want your gold to be on? You probably want that gold on the Zed, who isn't that far behind of the Elise. It's like 1,500. But she's 9-1. Like,
Bottom lane. It's a gift.
that was an insta kill.
That was interesting, to say the least. I mean,
Yeah.
he just got insta-gipped. There was 2 parlays, I think. It was crit. That's
Yeah.
very lucky there. Else Luxie would have died, but now they're chasing Yillen.
Oh.
Yillen just got obliterated.
That's the 9-1 Elise coming into play with wow, with a single Q and like a Lucio auto attack, they did like 40% damage.
It's amazing. But then again, Elise is one of those. Her spider form is, I believe, made for finishing off enemies. But they get another tower. That's also a big thing here.
Yeah, the second mid tower. Oh, that hurts. That hurts them a lot. A second mid tower is something you don't want to lose. It's like the center of your playing field, and it opens up a big part of the jungle for the enemy team. Let's see how they will capitalize on this one. Like they placed a lot of wards around the Baron, as you can see, like 3 pink wards and 1 normal ward, and the blue side hasn't done that at all. Let's hope we see the Baron fight coming soon and maybe at least wrecking an entire team with that 9-1 score.
Well, that's basically what they need her to do. But in the meantime, though, let's take a quick look at the other champions right now that are on the playing field, and especially looking at the AD carries, because those are going to be doing all that sustained damage late game. Once again, Black Cleaver and Yomu's Ghostblade on Lucian.
Yeah, they want Lucian to wreck with his ultimate. I believe if you just put on Yomu's Ghostblade with the Black Cleaver and you do your ultimate, you fire a lot more shots that shred a lot of damage, and yeah, of course with your abilities as well. Sivir is in a worse position, I'd say. She's 0-4 and only has the Essence Reaver with the Static Shift. That's not the damage you want if a Baron fight starts. She wants another big damage item, I guess. I think Lucian can do more at this time.
Although, if we're looking at Sivir, she does have about the same amount of gold as Lucian. There's not much of a difference, so it depends on what they want. But bottom lane, yeah, like you were hinting towards, there's something happening here. Actually, Sigma now getting spotted out by Bruder, and both teams on the edge, walking on the knife's edge.
Yeah, Luxie is not afraid of the Zed. He just used his ult only on Zed to just try to pressure him out of the lane. And Zed and Elise, the combination already killed him like 5 times. But look at him. He's just throwing barrels at the Zed. Like Zed can't even get close to him without getting insta-gipped like the last time.
Speaking of being insta-gips, the Cannon Barrage, there are actually 2 Cannon Barrage upgrades already here for Luxie. Actually a fight breaking out in the bottom lane, and Luxie has nowhere to go. Ignite's ticking down, 3, 2, 1. Oh, will actually survive. Incredibly close, but there's the follow-up, and immediately Luxie gets killed. So he now needs to be a little bit more afraid of Zed. In the meantime, though, Bruder fighting with Lenny and Sigma, as the rest of the team is slowly but surely moving in. Now Freelo with his ultimate coming, eventual Maelstrom coming out here, trying to get as much damage in as possible. Bard ult has already been used, so everybody is now in a state of Zhonya's. It's can they actually take down Sigma? Sigma's so incredibly low, down to 200 hit points, and well, it's a draw. It's a draw.
It's a draw. Like Lucian was left alone that entire fight. He was just ulting, throwing Qs, like nobody was bothering him. Like he almost got Sigma there, but they might get a turret off of this.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little bit hard because Nidalee has that home guards buff and will be able to pull back as Bruder is taking quite a bit of damage here. Actually, they're chasing down Lenny now in a lot of trouble, taking so much damage. Will have to use his Chrono Break. Actually uses it straight onto Freelo. They're chasing down Tiger's Head. Tiger's Head will survive for just a few more seconds. Was actually burning, but will now survive. Now Freelo in a lot of trouble, has to back away. Vengeful Maelstrom has already been used. Uses his passive in a very good way. Actually goes straight back into Fabianchi. Fabianchi stays alive for a little bit longer. Freelo is still surviving this amazing fight here. And Freelo almost takes everyone down, but Sigma finally reigns supreme.
Did you see what Fortunate did in that fight? He flashed over the wall as Bard and then placed a magical journey to the mountain, so Maokai could escape, but he didn't take it. He basically flashed for his teammate, but with no prevail.
Yeah, that's how it's That's how it sometimes goes. You try to save your teammate and then they don't save themselves. It reminds me of solo queue more often than not. Ugh. In any case, though, fight will continue, and still only 300 gold between these two teams as we head into the mid game. Or rather, well, it's already starting to be the end of the mid game, so more like the start of the early game of the late game.
The early game of the late game, indeed.
Yes,
They start to ping the dragon. Not a single dragon has been taken this entire game. Something we haven't seen at all today. Like the fights around dragon have been. Oh, well, here they go. Will the Sigma's going into the mid lane?
To be fair, they did take 2 dragons, but apparently the HUD is destroyed.
Oh,
HUD
really?
doesn't work. Yes, they took an Infernal Dragon and a Mountain Dragon, but nevertheless, a fight over the Infernal Dragon. Now, in the meantime, beautiful kill there by Sivir on the dragon, and the fight will be breaking out. It's unfortunate in the loft roll, takes an immense amount of damage. He's going to try and extend the fight a little bit with his ultimate. In the meantime, though, Bwipo is in the middle of the dragon pit, just keeping 2 members of the team at bay. But unfortunately, it's not enough as Lenny just destroys Tiger's Head now. They're going to be trying to chase down Brooder here. Brooder in an immense amount of issue. Will he survive? Well, he actually goes down to the Chrono Break, but in the background it was Bwipo who managed to take down one of his opponents, but now he's in 3 versus 1 situation and there's no way he will survive. That's going to be the 5 for 2 trade.
Yeah, wow. Lenny did what Echo does best there.
Baron.
Like, he's stuck with his Echo on Tiger's Head. Like, the Lucian tried to dash away, but no, Echo can dash as well, and he can slow you with the Iceborne Gauntlet. And then he even stuck to Elise. And then you see that 9 kills on Elise isn't as good as 9 kills on a Lucian or 9 kills on a Zed. And she couldn't finish off the 7-1 Echo, who was like I think 6-1 or 5-1 before this. It's sad that Elise got all the kills. If those kills were on Zed, like, he could have taken over this game.
Yeah, and now we're going to be seeing a Baron, a successful Baron attempt here by the team of Freelo Baby, and that solidifies their lead now, a 4,000 gold lead, and it's basically back to what we saw in the previous games as well. One good team fight turns it around and turns it into a beautiful capture of Baron, and most likely going to cost the team of Enigma Benelux a lot of towers.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. They have the Baron buff now. They're moving into the mid lane with their entire team, which is pretty logical. Both outer turrets in the top and the bottom are down. This is a free pickup. Maybe they want to engage as well.
And the thing is, there's a lot of banked gold available here for the team of Freelo Baby. I mean, they already took one of those towers. That's some of the gold they had in storage, and that's also something that turns into an even bigger snowball, because you first have your gold advantage, and then you still have towers that you can take to further capitalize on that. In the meantime, though, is that a teleport from Gangplank? Yeah, a recall actually from Gangplank back to base is going to clear out bottom lane.
Yeah, they're happy with the 2 turrets they've taken. The gold lead is 5k at this time. Like a couple minutes ago, it was still pretty much even. He had to clear down the bottom wave to save his turret. They don't want another turret to go down. But you saw the power of the Gangplank ultimate as well. When you want to take down a turret, they just lay down the turret. It means the enemy team can't come close. And then it's basically free for Sivir and Gangplank to do whatever they want on that turret. And it went down pretty fast. If they get on the inhibitor turret soon, it will go down as fast as the other one. And then Enigma will be in a lot of trouble, I guess.
Well, they are already in a lot of trouble, and this wave is already pushing in. They have Luxi, who's starting to complete his build. Actually picks up the Sterix Gauge and Phantom Dancer as well. So he's ready to rock and roll here. Lenny now moving in once again, tossing out the Q, tossing out his W as well, in order to just keep applying pressure to the enemy team. The fortunate thing is that it looks like they have some form of wave clear. They are, Enigma Benelux is able to just defend this, and they need to defend it for about a minute until the Baron buff expires.
Yeah, but this will be a long minute if they're just standing at the gate right here, getting barrels in your face, getting niddly spears around you, getting Sivir Qs. In the meantime, Echo is trying to stun you up, and Gangplank has his ultimate back already for a couple of seconds. He can just throw it down and scare them off the turret, and there he goes.
Not to mention, it actually got upgraded with additional movement speeds, so if your allies run through it, It actually has the movement speed buff, plus it has it actually has all the upgrades, so that's a big thing. I'm very curious to see how this goes down, but right now they're rotating up to the top lane, and Lenny a little bit far forward actually gets stunned. This might be bad for Lenny, but Lenny will just back away and say, whatever, I'll be fine.
Like, he's a really tanky Echo at this point. They can just take a free top turret. The Gangplank ult went down, but it didn't work to get a turret. Then just rotate top and take that one for free. More money in the bank. Oh, great Nidalee Spear on the Lucian.
Yeah, that's going to be a Lucian that has to go back to base, and this could be enough to at the very least. Oh no, they lost their Baron buff, so this could be the point where Enigma Benelux has to immediately fight. Because right now they actually catch on to Fabiantje. Fabiantje down to half hit points, a little bit less right now. Although Luxie manages to at the very least get a parlay down on that barrel, so they can now finally recall back to base. Let's take a quick look at how much gold they have in storage right now. 1,000 for Echo, 1,000 for Nidalee, about 1,000 for Sivir. There should be a few more items coming out here.
Yeah, as we're entering in the end game, a lot of champions are coming close to their final build, and Gangplank coming close to his final build is something you don't want to happen as an enemy team. He has the Infinity Edge with the Trinity Forge, which is already really strong, and then he empowers it even with the Phantom Dancer and the Starry's Gauge. This Gangplank, like, I think he can 1v1 anyone on the enemy team at this point. You saw him one-shotting the Zed. Well, if your Zed is getting one-shotted, then you have a problem. They just need to find an opportunity to start a clean fight for them and not get picked off.
Speaking of that clean fight here, this is not such a clean fight after all. Bard actually hits Bram, so this could be what, but nevertheless it's going to be the turn. Here immediately Gangplank's ult coming out, people forced to back away, Bruder as well, and both of the teams now just dancing on the Scuttle Crab buff. But that one is actually for the team of Freelo, baby, so Enigma Benelux has to back away from this one. Look at the Gillen, they do so much damage. That mark from Zed from the rear actually took him out, and now the turnaround, Freelo going straight for Luxie. Bruder just gets obliterated, and Luxie's barely able to escape courtesy of the Starry's Gauge, and now they start, once again, it's Freelo, baby, who starts to turn it around as they manage to at the very least take on Maokai. It's a 2-for-1 right now in favor of Freelo, baby, but Enigma Benelux has that advantage in terms of hit point right now. They decide to back away from the Ancient Dragon, though.
Oh, it seemed that the Zed would turn around that fight with the kill on Yillian. It was a really nice assassin play right there. But the rest of the team just went away with like 10% health. That could have turned around the game for them. Let's see what they're up to now. Gangplank is trying to push in the bot wave again. Echo needs to push out that top wave if they want to fight for that Elder Dragon. Oh, but they're going for that Elder Dragon immediately. While the top lane is pushing in.
Actually, Luxie in a lot of trouble now, just getting obliterated. Not even funny. He just stepped out of line, and now immediately they're down one Gangplank. He took well, he was sent to the gallows, summarily executed by Hexenite. But they're still looking at this.
Now his watch has
dragon
ended.
here. The dragon is actually a little bit pissed that it got hit by Brown, but looks like Enigma Benelux doesn't really care about that. Dragon now down to 8,000, and as we speak, Freelo Baby is looking for a fight, but there's a teleport from Repo as well, so he's going to try and get into position to immediately lock down Sigma. The dragon down to about 3,000 hit points. Look at Hex. He took down Hexenite. Now they're straight into the dragon. They need to smite it. Yes, they at the very least get the dragon. But now, fortunately, it's in a lot of trouble. Forced to take the magical journey. In the meantime, though, Repo is in even more sorts of trouble. He's going to get taken out. Magical journey is about to run out, and that's a a 5-man team right now with Baron active. So that's going to be another Baron for the team of Freelo baby. Freelo baby. Wow.
Yeah, you get the dragon, but what do they get? What does the enemy get in return? A Baron, a pushing wave in the bot lane, and a Gangplank that's probably going to push mid wave as well.
Gangplank once he can actually just throw his ultimate on the bottom lane. It's a little bit of a waste, but look at this Baron. Baron now. 5,000 hit points, 4,000, 3,000.
He's looking to steal.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Can Bruder do it? Can Bruder do it?
Oh, he
does it! Bruder does it, but gets obliterated. They do manage to get Baron, so at the very least they have some meaning that will be able to defend. That's the big thing. They take Dragon and they take Baron. So they can defend against the push, but wow, Bruder, what an amazing play right there.
Yeah, like they tried to stun the Elise there, but in no avail. The Elise just went up in the air, got down, and got a lot of free kill. Yeah, a free Baron. Like they didn't even have to do effort.
It's definitely not free. I mean, they gave a Bruder, but this is exactly what Enigma needed to actually get back into the game. I mean, now they can just fight back. All their champions are hitting their late game builds, except for perhaps Maokai and Bart. But nevertheless, Gangplank isn't going to get that much stronger anymore. What is he going to build? Perhaps the Death Dance out of his hammer. But
maybe he should just sell the hammer and go for a GA. If you see how fast he gets popped, like if he dies with the GA on from the Z and Z has to use his ult, then it doesn't really matter. He can just do his damage back again. Like I think he has enough damage to just go for GA or something. And the Echo is really tanky and annoying at the moment. He's just doing what he has to do. And Sivers' damage is getting crazy as well. But oh, here they go for a fight.
There's the lockdown on Sigma. Sigma forced to flash out of there, and that's something you don't want to be doing as a middle Lee. In the meantime, though, well, they managed to disengage, but taking out a flash from one of the champions on the opposing team is definitely something that's an achievement this stage in the game, especially because right now they can just continue putting pressure down by using that massive cannon minion. That one is going to just open fire from a long range and go to force the team of Freelo Baby to just move in. And you can see them, they're just barely there, barely holding on. Their inhibitor turret hasn't taken damage yet though. And that's a big
they have enough wave clear with the Gangplank and the Silver and the Echo to clear the waves pretty quickly. Like they aren't giving Freelo Baby enough time to hit the turret. Let's see, like the wave comes and it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Well played here by Freelo Baby. Good defense, and the issue is also they don't have Bripo doesn't have the. Is that correct? No, Bripo does not have the Baron buff, and as a result, he cannot just rotate to a bottom lane, and also he doesn't have teleport. So that's two things that is currently are currently hampering the offense, I guess.
The same for Hexa Knight. Like he also lacks the Baron buff, and like even if he wants to 1v1, like Gangplank will walk up to him and might just one-shot him again. So like the tactic of going 1-3-1 lanes with the Z and the Maokai, or even Z and Elise, it doesn't work in this case because the enemy is just as strong. Here they go.
Look at Lenny taking so much damage, but he has of course his stun, so he will stay alive for a little bit longer. Nice Bard ult there in order to stop Brico from dying. And yeah, a lot of ultimates happened, but nothing came out of it.
No, the teams were engaging, but they weren't at the same time. Like some ultimates were popped there. The Maokai ult, the Lucian ult, the Gangplank ult of course, and the Silver and Brown ult to escape. Both teams wanted to engage but decided not to. Oh, and here's the TP.
Yeah, TP is coming in, but Repo getting stunned immediately now, finally jumping onto Lenny. Lenny now taking a lot of damage, but Repo is taking even more damage. Repo was forced to flash out of there. So now they need to, they're actually looking to just capitalize on that, because Repo was a little bit afraid, but look at Bruder moving in, but he's taking so much damage, got hit by the barrel, and now perhaps the turnaround. Repo's still in a lot of trouble, the Magical Journey is still there. They're actually chasing them now. Look at that, Magical Journey being used against the team of Enigma Benelux, and they lost it right there. And you were already talking about it, they needed that 1-3-1 split, and or maybe the 1-4 split even, and they couldn't make it happen. And as a result, well, if you can't play to your strengths, you're going to lose to your weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, they had the Dragon, they had the Baron, and still, after such a great victory, they just get demolished basically. And look at that gold lead. It's almost 10k now, and they're just ravishing to their base. There goes the first inhibitor.
Second will go down as well. The thing is, I think they should be able to finish it at this point, because they have 10 seconds until both Lucian and Elise are going to be back. Oh, Bart! Look at what Bart did! He actually blocked damage to the towers with his ultimate. And now, perhaps, oh no, they went in a little bit too early. Hex Knight actually going in as well. Yillian will be going down though. But this is
They
going
can
to be
just
game, and
lose
it is the team of Freelo baby who will be able to well bring this game to a close. They are victorious. Congratulations.